You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. Artificial intelligence, it seems to be everywhere, and now it'll be watching you on your commute. Newsday's transportation reporter Alfonso Castillo has the story.
The MTA is using artificial intelligence to combat a $700 million fare evasion problem that can look something like this.
And so that's backhawking.
The Metropolitan Transportation Authority recently disclosed that it is using AI technology that combines surveillance video with MetroCard and Omni data to help quantify how much money it's losing in unpaid subway fares. With about 16% of all subway riders skipping out on their fares, MTA Chairman Janno Lieber is defending the aggressive new approach.
With $700 million a year now being lost, this is a serious threat to the MTA.
MTA officials said they're only using the AI software to count the number of fare beaters in the system and not to identify them. But subway rider Malcolm Combs isn't convinced.
They say they are using it for that, but you never know. It changes here and there. I feel like it's a kind of a gateway if you kind of allow it.
The MTA has also said it has no plans to bring the technology over to the Long Island Railroad. But privacy advocate Albert Fox-Kahn, who uncovered some of the details of the MTA's AI operation, believes it's just a matter of time before similar technology will be used to keep track of LIRR riders who don't pay their fares.
Manhattan may be the epicenter of New York surveillance, but it tends to spread out. And we've seen Nassau and Suffolk police departments using many of the same surveillance tools that once were only thought to be something for the NYPD.
Although most of the MTA's fare evasion problem is on the subways and buses, it's still also very much a problem on the Long Island Railroad as well. Last year, the railroad lost $24 million to fare evasion, and the railroad says about a third of all its fares are either collected incorrectly or not collected at all. For Newsday TV, I'm Alfonso Castillo.
Feeling the squeeze. A Long Island daycare owner says with the price of everything going up, she can't even afford to pay herself minimum wage. Macy Eglin reports.
It's an amazing field. I love what I do every day.
Jana Rodriguez has been working in childcare in Nassau County for 8 years. She's the owner of Innovative Daycare in Freeport and says demand is extremely high.
I actually get about 2 to 3 phone calls throughout the day, every day, including on the weekends.
She's already at max capacity, 18 students, a limit set by the Office of Children and Family Services. Almost all of the families she serves are part of the Child Care Assistance Plan, meaning their combined household income, just under $84,000 for a family of 4, qualifies them for free child care.
What used to be middle-class families, you know what I mean, maybe 3-4 years ago, making $80,000 are now considered, low income, especially on Long Island.
Rodriguez has been operating her daycare out of her home here in Freeport for 4 years now. And she says with the price of everything going up over the years, sometimes she can't even afford to give herself a paycheck.
As a provider, I'm making about $6 an hour. My staff are making minimum wage because that's the most that I can pay.
Rodriguez says once the operating costs are covered, including paying her 2 full-time employees, payroll tax, liability insurance, and buying groceries for the kids' meals, there isn't much left.
And it's disheartening, and especially for a field that's as compassionate and loving and dedicated and critical to a thriving economy.
It's a similar struggle for the families she serves, some forced to choose between working full-time and childcare. Governor Kathy Hochul has raised the maximum income level to allow more families to qualify for the Child Care Assistance Plan, but they still face sky-high rent. Rodriguez says hers is going up in July, forcing her to add a weekly fee of $10 to $15 per child to her already cash-strapped parents.
All my parents understood and respect the work that I do and respect me enough to say, you've never charged us for anything, so we can't, allow for you to go out of business. I don't think there is any amount of money that could be paid to me for me to turn my back on them, I just love what I do.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Eglin.
And here's what's coming up on Monday.
It's like, who wants to be 32 coming back home to their parents' house? Like, yeah, a lot of us do it, but no one actually wants to do that.
She has a full-time job but still can't afford a place of her own. The struggle facing some young Long Islanders who are looking for independence. Now you can read more about the cost of living crisis on Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the NewsdayTV video box. And believe it or not, COVID is not over on the island. In fact, the positivity rate has just reached nearly 10%. Keep in mind, it was around 5% last month. And there's been 130 hospitalizations in the past week. And there's new photos of the cars that may have been involved in the shooting of an 8-year-old boy inside his home. Police believe these red and silver sedans were involved in the Medford shooting. Multiple shots were fired from the street into a home at about 1:30 a.m. on Wednesday. A boy inside was grazed by a bullet. Now, police are offering a cash reward for information that leads to an arrest. Contact Crime Stoppers at 1-800-220-TIPS. And the hot weather will continue through tomorrow here on Long Island. Long Islanders have been hitting the beaches to stay cool. The National Weather Service says the excessive heat will continue into Saturday night. Take a look. You're looking at high temps for tomorrow. In Nassau, reaching 90 in Great Neck. Out on the East End, it will reach 81 in Montauk. And cooling centers are open throughout Long Island. And senior centers across the town of Oyster Bay, the town of Hempstead, and the town of Huntington will operate as cooling centers too. The Dix Hills Pool Manor Field Spray and Sergeant Paul Tuzzolo Memorial Spray Park are all open until 8 p.m. Now, we told you tomorrow's highs, so here's a closer look at what's in store for tonight. You can see it's going to be 76 with isolated thunderstorms. And tomorrow we have some scattered thunderstorms with that heat. You see Saturday it's going to be 87 and Sunday mostly sunny skies.
Long Island weather is brought to you by the Canine Center.
Dinosaurs are coming to life right here on the island. Elisa DiStefano has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
Get ready for a dinosaur adventure. Here's your first look at Lumino City's Dino Safari. Walk through a whimsical tunnel into a prehistoric wonderland on the Walt Whitman Shop's grounds in Huntington. There are more than 30 dinosaurs on site, both lantern and lifelike. He's the tallest. Wow, 70 feet tall. Watch them move and hear them roar. What was that? You like being here on Long Island? Me too. There are interactive elements, and there are plenty of photo ops. Plus, there's a lot to learn.
It's definitely an educational piece, and behind me it's a prehistorical animal section that we just add in. So we really wanted to have children understand, like 100 million years ago, what animal exists, and a lot of those animals are real size.
Kids can even ride a dinosaur at the Dinosaur Speedway Adventure. Jump on their big bounce pad and take a tour on the Caterpillar Express. You could come during the day or enjoy the lights at night. The lanterns lit up are just so beautiful. There's so much to see. They're here every day through September 4th. For Newsday TV, Elisa DiStefano.
Now, for more on the outdoor Dino Safari, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Feed Me is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Trendy new tropical drinks are being served up on the East End. Andy Berlin takes a look in today's Feed Me TV.
Welcome to the wild, icy world of granizados.
Ooh, spicy. A little limey, a little chicken brothy.
That is so good. Victoria's Helado in Riverhead is one of the first shops to bring this treat to the island. It's owned by the Espinosa family, Marlene, Henry, Victoria, Christopher, and Cristobal.
Originalmente somos de Guatemala, de un lugar que se llama Malacatán, San Marcos.
This is the traditional Guatemalan granizado, right? This is
Correct.
how they eat it in Guatemala.
and it just has that pepita, that powder of the pumpkin seed with lime and chili and tahini. It's like nutty and spicy and really tangy with the lime.
Snack shops like these don't follow traditional rules of dessert. They mix sweet and savory concoctions in one drink, like the Levanta Muerto, which has corn chips in it.
I don't know why it's working, but it's working. It's like really cold, but then you get the crunchy corn chip kind of nut flavor.
Or the popular mangonada, which has a pickled fruit sauce called chamoy and tahini chili spice.
It just tastes like really fresh and fruity.
Or maybe you go beach vibes with a piña loca. During my travels in Mexico, I've been to a lot of snow cone shops, but this really impressed me with the fresh fruits and the attention to detail. And plus, this family is just so cute.
That is a piña loca.
And this is Andy Berlin for Newsday TV.
Wow.
Great drinks and a great family. Now, for more on the drinks, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say, install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Buffa. Thank you so much for joining us. We're leaving now with a look at your 7-day forecast.